has changed the life of so many. I'm not only going to share the project with you guys, but I'm also going to give you guys a proof and understanding of the project, what made me want to join this company and why I'm so excited about it. And at the same time, I will show you my live accounts right here because I know some of you guys are new to it, less than 30 days old. So you guys still have a little bit of doubts. Is my money going to be there? Is my money going to come out or not? So I'm going to show you three, four accounts right here that how much money we're taking out every single week, right? That is going to show you the live proof. So let's get started right here. Again, thank you so much. So what is a BG Wealth Sharing Group? BG is one of the top upcoming private equity hedge fund company, which is using a trading platforms right here, not just in the United States, but we are currently in global community in 73 different countries. And it is expanding. We had just had recently a lot of people from Turkey that came on board. We have Kenya that opened up. We have Cuba that is coming on board. We even have people in Kuwait and Oman that actually just recently reached out and are able to open. So this business opportunity is global. It's not just in the United States, but anywhere in the world that you have a family or friends that can benefit from this can open this account here. Okay, but before we get started, I do have to read the disclaimer because it is a financial presentation. So today's presentation, like I said, is not a financial advice or a guarantee of results, right? Results in the BG investment projects are based on your effort, determination, and focus, and following the instruction and guidance of Professor Stephen Beard for the trading signals, right, during the business growth. But what you need to understand, what is the BG project? BG is a Web3 trading platform project on DSJ exchange that requires cryptocurrencies to participate into it, right? So Web3 got created right here after we had the 5G technology. As you notice right here, we are in the AI mode right here. Everybody's talking about AI, and AI is taking over a lot of not just our jobs right here, but a lot of industries right here are going to be impacted about it. So a lot of the things right here are changing how we invest our money, right? But before we get started, it is very important right here for you guys to understand the history of how humankind had invested in the past. As you can see in the 1800s right here, let me see the end note. There you go. Okay, so in the 1800s right here, what is it? How did our great grandparents right here used to invest? The only two options they had was how to invest in real estate or they were buying gold. Those were the only two options they had available. But what
Yes.
happened was a lot of the early investors right here came in and say, you know what? They found out that, hey, wait a minute, I have equity in my house. When Wells Fargo created the banking system right here, they started to give people loans against their equity. And when the person found out that, hey, I have equity in my house, I can take it out and upgrade my house. Guess what? This is what some of the people did. Then before you know it, the next neighbor, and everybody started to do that. And as a result of that, that's when the real estate boom happened, right? Today, if you look at it, the government put a regulations on the real estate agents right here. How did they do it? They said you need to go get a license because a lot of people started to become multimillionaires. Not every single person took that opportunity to actually invest in real estate. You see, a lot of people were upgrading their own houses. But a lot of those investors, early investors, they say, wait a minute, instead of me buying my own house, what if I just buy a second house and put people as a renter? Right into it. And then that's when the rental market got created. And the people started to make a lot of millions of dollars and then leave their jobs. And as a result of that, the government says, okay, you know what? A lot of people are starting to make a lot of money. There's an opportunity for me to collect taxes. You know what? This is something that we need to regulate. Right. And as a result of that, what happened? They asked for people to go get a real estate license so they can check on every single transaction that is happening. Today, you have more real estate agents than the houses or inventory to sell. Then came the internet stock market right here in the 1999, 1995, right here. Let me ask you this, and this is my first poll that I want to ask you guys. How many of you guys think right here, if I ask you guys, okay, you know what, take $1,000, let's go back in the 1995. And if I ask you, hey, you know what, how many of you guys would have invested $500, $1,000 in Amazon, Google, or Microsoft, knowing what they are today? Can somebody please raise their hand and just tell me how many of you guys would have done that? You see, right here, a lot of us right here would not have put that money. Why? Because we were really scared. It says, hey, you know what? I don't know what Amazon is. I don't know what Google is. right? And this is the missed opportunity. You see, this is what I'm talking about. We keep missing these opportunities because we don't understand exactly what the market is or what it is going to be, right? And a lot of people did not, but there were few people who said, you know what, I'm willing to take a chance on the next biggest industry because that is the up and coming thing. And those people who put in 500 or $1,000, they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. But there, people right here again started to leave their jobs. Government said, you know what, there's an opportunity for us to make money on the taxes. And again, they went ahead and put the regulation on it. Same thing with the insurance sector. Today, we have that biggest opportunity once again that our great grandfather did, people in the 90s did. Think about it this way, even the Facebook, not just recently, it was started at $32 a share. Still, a lot of people did not buy that share. Today, it's sitting at almost $700, $800. You see, these are called missed opportunities that we all missed. It's not just you. I'll also was a part of it. I said maybe either because we had a financial crunch or we did not understand how to do that thing. Right? Today is your opportunity again to actually take advantage of the cryptocurrency. Today, the biggest investment is crypto. If you still sit around right here, you are going to miss the boat. Why I'm saying that is because you can see here that right now all three of these industries have a regulations on it. People with the real estate license, they have to get it. Same thing with the stock market. You have broker license. You have people in the insurance sector. It's required the insurance brokerage license series 7 and 6. But today, crypto right here is completely disrupting the monetary system, right? Think about it this way. If I want to send the money from one wallet to other, I can actually send it anywhere in the world within seconds, faster than even a bank can do it. So there is nothing more that is can send the monetary system or money transaction from one place to other faster than what we can do today. There's nothing more faster that is going to be coming. So it is disrupting the entire monetary system of the world. It is threatening the banking system. It is threatening the financial industry. It is threatening all the governments. So you have to understand, guys, right here, when you actually hear or read what people have to say online, look, think about it this way. I don't know, some of you guys are in India. I don't know if there's a Walmart in India, but we go online and read reviews about Walmart or Amazon. There'll be thousands of negative reviews. That doesn't mean that the company is bad, or you have to do your own due diligence to make sure that how do I look at this project and does it make sense for my family or not. See, it is no central authority is able to control it. How many of you guys have recently heard about the Coinbase? The banks are asking Coinbase right here to disclose all of the wallet addresses and the people who own those wallets. And guess what? The Coinbase said, no, we are not going to share that information. So you see, the banks are trying it, governments is trying to regulate it, right? But they're having a very hard time. Am I saying that this opportunity is going to last for the rest of your life? Probably not. Government will put their foot down and probably want to start collecting taxes on that at some point. So it's a store of value, right? Bitcoin, think about it this way. At one point, Bitcoin was selling for $10, $15. Nobody was buying it. Now, the banks and everybody was saying Bitcoin has no value. It is a junk, it is nothing. Today, third largest holder of record for Bitcoins are the banks. Did you guys know that? They own more Bitcoins than anytime somebody is ready to sell a Bitcoin, the big sharks right here are buying it left and right? Because there's a limited quantity of it, similar with other coins. So understanding who are the people behind the company, who are the people right here that the platform that we use, right? What is my growth potential in the project right here? And what are the compensation plan right here that if I want to turn this into a business? Let me ask you this guy's question. How many of you guys today would like to start a business if I told you it does not require any investment and zero risk? Let me ask you this. How many of you guys will start a business? Can some people raise your hands, please? Let's take a poll for a second. Remember, we want to keep it interactive, right? Nobody wants to participate? All right, no problem. Okay, there you go. We got to start. See, everybody wants to start a business right now, right? But a lot of people are afraid to start a business. There you go. Yeah, now it looks like it was just showing late for me. Okay, thank you guys for participating. A lot of people right here want to start a business, right? So let's look at an opportunity right here for people who do want to do this as a business. You're not required, right? You can come in as an investor. But as I said, currently BG is in 70 plus countries and is rapidly expanding. Right now, we are currently in 73 plus countries around the world. And At the time when we started this project, the professor said we'll be happy if we had 200,000, 300,000 members in our community. And as of right now, the January 2026, we have already surpassed 700,000 members. So you can see that we are double the amount of community than that what they had anticipated, right? And it is growing. By the time the end of 2026 comes, right here, you're talking about over 1 million users into our platform. So how do we make money is we get what is called a daily fixed signals, and how they come, we are going to understand it, right? We get referral bonuses, we get team building rewards right here. And any project that I'm going to be part of, I wanted to make sure, is that even a legal project right here? Do they have any kind of government documents and licenses? What are the safety of my funds and profits are guaranteed? Right? Those are some of the things right here that I was looking for when I had my checklist for any type of investment I would do. So let's take a look at it right here. The person who is behind BG right here, his name is Professor Stephen Beard. He's the founder and CEO of BG Wealth Group. He is actually has a degree in finance. He's got a degree in mathematics, and he's also served in the International Monetary Fund and as well as on the board of directors for a lot of the companies in the United Kingdom, right? So you can see the person right here, when he left the company, he had a vision that I wanted to create a thing called a hedge fund right here. So let me ask you this. If you can take a poll real quick, how many of you guys are familiar with what is a hedge fund? Can somebody raise your hand if you don't know? If you don't know what a hedge fund is, we are going to go in a very, very detailed and very easy so you guys can understand exactly what a hedge fund is. So how many of you guys know what is a BlackRock company? How many of you guys have heard of Fidelity Investments or Vanguard? How many of you guys have heard of that? You see, now a lot of you guys are raising your hands that I've heard of them, right? Those are all of the people right here who are hedge funds. But hedge funds right here was not available for average investors like you and me. What happened is, let's say, for example, if I have a $5,000 and I walk into the Fidelity office and I say, hey, you know what, Mr. Fidelity, I'm a rich man. I got a $5,000. I want to open up an account. What are they going to do? They're going to tell me, go to the corner. There's a person sitting on a desk and go ahead and open up a Roth IRA or IRA account. And then they'll just give me such funds right here that I can invest in. But let me ask you this. If I walk into the same office with 25 to $50 million, let me ask you this. Don't you think they're going to give me a different type of treatment? Would you agree on that? At least? Yes or no? Somebody tell me yes or no. Let's participate, right? So you can see right here that they are going to offer me all different types of options. They're going to open up the books. They're going to provide investment advisors. They're going to give me the strategies that is not available for average investors. That's what hedge fund do. Hedge fund was never available for average people like you and me who are making 30,000, 50,000, 100,000. You had to have millions of dollars to do that. So when Professor Stephen Beard left, he wanted to create a hedge fund for the average investor who can start with just as low as $300. So what hedge fund do is they invest, they take a pool of money from every single investor, pool it all together, which is still managed by a professional right here, using a diversified strategies and maximize the returns for everyone who is an investor in that hedge fund. But like I said, it was only available for the wealthy. And this is the reason why BG is actually becoming so popular, because they're changing the way right here how people invest in the future. When Professor started this hedge fund, he had two goals in mind. How can I uplift people, get out of poverty? And at the same time, if they want to turn themselves into entrepreneurs, let me teach them how to start a business. But the reason a lot of people are not able to start a business, we are going to discuss it because of the financial reason or because of the commitment. But how do I get out of the rat race that we are all in every single day? So let's talk about the next step is how do you actually make money? How does BG actually makes money? So what they're doing is they don't care exactly what the price of the coin is, like a Bitcoin. All they are looking for is looking for the direction of the market. Is the Bitcoin going to go up or it is going to go down? And based on this, they're making a trade for us. Now, what one thing right here that BG did differently right here, they knew that 90% of the people who was going to join this project are not either tech savvy or they don't know exactly how to read the market charts, how to do all of this stuff. So they solved both of these problems that 90% of the traders face. Now, let me ask you this. Are there any traders on this platform who have done any kind of trading in the past? Can you raise your hands? Anybody? Any traders who have done trading in the past? So I see a lot of people right here who have done some kind of traders, and we have all lost money. Why did we lose money? Is because, see, no matter how good of a trader I am, no matter how many charts or things that I read, one of the things that I cannot control is how the hedge fund can change my entire strategy within seconds. Think about it this way. I've done all of these strategy, read all the market reports. I've done all my strategies throughout the day, but suddenly, within the last 5 minutes, or something goes wrong and my entire trades goes upside down and I lose money. Why do you think that happens? It's because the hedge funds right here are known to do that in the back end. Because I come from I've worked for Fidelity Investments, I've worked for the Allied Group right here. So I know exactly how the hedge funds have been doing this. What they have been known to do is to place a big bets for the millionaires to change the market in their direction. Think about it this way. If you are a single trader, you could be the best trader in the world right here. You could know every chart, every candle, every strategy. But let me ask you this honest question. If you take a single code like this one right here and you give it to 700,000 people within 20 minutes right here are putting this exact code all over the world, and that behind that code is a strategy that is actually going against you. Let me ask you that, what are the chances you as a single trader is going to win? You are not going to win against a hedge fund. That is the reason why 90% of the traders lose their money and only 5 to 10% are successful. I've bought Discord code classes in the past. I've done all kind of strategies in the past. I've learned, I've taken $3,000 courses, but I could never ever be successful in trading. The reason why I was not able to be successful is because market has what is called emotions, market has sentiments, market has timing. Think about it this way. When I place my order, there is no guarantee that my order is going to get executed right on time. No matter how many times I place the order right here, it is not going to happen. This is the thing right here, that what I'm about to share with you guys is a game changer. When I said that AI is taking over, I want to show you that, right? So you can see that they are willing to give you 60% of the profit right here, and they are going to share 40% of the profit. So it's a win-win scenario for all three parties. Like I said, they are making the trades right here, real life trades for us right here on a real life platform, right? But they are, instead of letting you do all of the work, they are willing to do the work for you by giving you a single code. All you have to do is do a copy and paste right here. And what happens is they give us 20 minutes right here to everybody around the world based on their time zone they're on. They still have the same 20 minutes. Some people are doing that at 2:30 in the morning. Some people in the country are doing it at 10:30 in the night. Some people are doing it 7:30 in the morning, right? So everybody is putting their order in within that 20 minutes. Did somebody say something? So everybody is putting the order in within that 20 minutes period. And then what they're doing is they're taking the AI bot to actually do the trading. So let me actually show you a real life bot. And I want you guys to see this for the very first time right here, that how the bots actually make the trade. Look at this. Can you guys see my screen still? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a real life bot right here making a trade for me every single second. Let me ask you this. Do you think any human can make 6,000 trades a day? Absolutely not. Right here. This is another project that me and Jagdish are working on right here that we are going to share with the people who are in an opportunity. And you guys can see exactly what is the success rate for these bots right here, right? I'm about to share with you guys. But before I do that, let me just make sure I finish my thoughts first. But just hang on to this for a second. Look at this number called 80% success rate. Just keep that in mind right here as I talk about it, right? So I'm about to share with you guys. Give me 1 second on the current slide. Let me know if you guys can see my screen, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can see exactly what they're doing is they're using a precise robotic right here, AI, to actually make the decision when to enter the market and when to exit, get out of the market on a very right timing. Not only that, but you are actually having six to 700,000 people placing the exact same order at the same time, which can literally shift the market in their favor every single time, because that's a huge order for a hedge fund, right? So now, I'm sorry. Somebody was asking a question. Jagdish, can you mute everyone, please?
Yeah,
So that way, thank,
yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Go ahead.
thank you, sir. Okay, so obviously the BG is a hedge fund right here with a large community. Now we need a platform where we can actually do our trading, and this is where they came into pitch. The DSJ comes into picture. So let's look at what DSJ does. So DSJ is an Australian-based company right here who is a live exchange. So why BG decided that, hey, why do I want to partner with a DSJ exchange? They could have easily gone to Robinhood. They could have gone to other platforms right here. Why did they need DSJ exchange? Because see, the reason they partner with the DSJ exchange, because this is a live exchange right here, which is a new exchange, and they're building something as a partnership together. So what makes an exchange popular right here is so I'll explain it a very simple. Let me ask you guys this question. If somebody can unmute and just answer this question for me. If I was Amazon, do you think my company or my valuation of Amazon will go up if I had a one single user buying $1 million order or a million users buying $1 order? Which one do you think will make the Amazon worth more? Anybody?
1 million users.
So a million users right here. So DSJ Exchange was looking for a million users because they know that at some point you may be a $100, $200, $300 person, but eventually your account is going to grow and we are going to become a successful exchange. So they are going, both of these companies have partnered up together because they are going for an IPO in the United States and their target is for 2028. But in order for them to become successful, what are the things they need to achieve before they can apply for IPO? They need to have a physical offices. They need to have a number of employees. They need to have a what do you call a shareholder plan. They need to have all of these number of users to show people that hey, we have a lot of people in our exchange trading. So they're already hitting all of their benchmarks and targets that they have been trying to achieve. In fact, we are ahead of it, right? They have already started to open up global offices. They're already asking the leaders to open up local offices in the United States, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Singapore, Dubai, India. They're already reaching out and telling people, go ahead and open offices. They'll pay for the rent, but they need 100 plus global offices, 20,000 plus analysts. They're about to hire because the more users are coming in, they need people to help them, right? So it is a win-win, what do you call a scenario for by us partnering up with with BG and DSJ Exchange. Does anybody have any questions before I move forward? What is a BG? BG is nothing but a hedge fund company right here, which is actually managing the money and giving us the trades, right? DSJ Exchange is a platform where we actually do the live trading, right? And we are the investors of community who are taking advantage of the system they have created for us, right? But what is the reason that BG actually decided to work with a DSJ exchange? When BG was looking for an exchange, they wanted four things from that exchange to partner with. Number one was very important for them. These are the things that was important to me as well. They wanted wallet security for all of the people who are joining this exchange. What does that mean? So let's say, for example, if any of you guys have ever participated in any of the crypto projects in the past, we had to give away our wallet keys and security keys right here. Somebody always had access for it. And as a result of that, I was always afraid that somebody is going to either steal my wallet or take something away from my wallet or wipe out my wallet. Right? This is the kind of things right here that was happening. So one of the things right here that BG said, okay, I don't want anybody to have access to the person's wallet. You can have a Coinbase wallet, you can have a SafeBell wallet, you can have a Binance wallet, whatever wallet you want to use. We don't care. We just want to know where do you want us to send the money. The only address that you ever going to send to these companies is the receiving address, which is where you want to see the money. Nothing else is shared with you. You can see here, this was very big for me. right? Number two, they wanted to have an identity protection. They did not want people to just come into the system and be able to just scam people. Think about it this way. If there would have a lot of people right here who are brand new for the very first time and have never seen this, why don't you open up your Google and just type in what I'm about to type in the chat and see. This is only for the people who have never been invited to before. It will work for them just to show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. Jagdish? Oh, there you go. I'm going to put it in the chat here. Type in https colon slash slash 927.com. Type that in Google. And guess what? One of the things right here that you're going to see that is going to say, oh, it's a site don't work. It's a phishing. It's a scam. It's all of this. Anybody getting that who has never seen it before? Can you somebody tell me yes or no? No, nobody wants to participate today. Everybody's tired. Anybody?
It says site can't be reached.
Site cannot be reached. Why they're not able to reach it is because you will never be able to get into the exchange unless somebody has invited you first, right? So you can see right here that when I actually open the same site, there is a back hash link right here that is created on the back end for security reasons. So does not make right here that why. So let's say, for example, I'm an automation engineer, right? A lot of my IT guys, don't you think we thought about it? Said, man, I can be lazy. I can automate the whole process. Let me just copy the code from the WhatsApp. I can go to this site right here and paste the thing, and I never have to do any work, right? Don't you think that we thought about that? Yes, absolutely. People have tried to scam this system right here, but they are not allowing anybody. If they ever find out that you are a bot that is trying to automate this service, they are going to shut you down. Second thing is right here, a lot of people have also tried to scam the system right here by saying, you know what? If I can open one account, let me open up multiple accounts with the same different phone numbers, and they try to fake the ID. So you have to understand that as soon as they find out that you are trying to scam the system, they are going to shut you down. So people who are honest are doing good business and we're making a lot of money. But the people, if you come in with the intention of scamming the system, then you will be shut down. And if you're shut down, what is the first thing you're going to do? Write negative things about it. That's fine. I am okay with that. I don't worry about too much of the fluff that what a lot of people write online. But one of the things right here they did not want right here is for the people to scammers to get into the system. Number two is identity protection. This was a number thing, two thing that was very, very important for me. Think about it this way. They're not asking me for my social security. They're not asking, but they do want you to have a physical ID of some sort to verify that it is you. And I'm going to discuss it, how far they go into it to verify you just to even open an account. And they were looking for verified users because that's the only thing right here that is going to make the exchange work more when they have a real users using the platform, right? So let's go to a little bit further. This is where we have investors who are given the full opportunity to take advantage of that. Now, investors profit daily, as I said, by following the shared optimal trading plans right here, by putting the copy and pasting the code right here. The second thing is the guiding leadership right here, professor. But one of the things that I want you guys to keep an eye on, what do I mean by the reward of 30%? And I'm going to explain to you because these are some of the things that you're going to read when you go online and read whatever research you want to do. Why is it, how they're able to pay these salaries? Why is it that everything I'm about to clear for you? So you guys have a very clear understanding of the project. The third is the exchange. How does the exchange make money? Is the DSJ exchange charges you 12% fees on all the withdrawals. No matter how many withdrawals you do, it is a 12% fees. It's not just us right here. If you go to Coinbase, you go to Binance, they all charge fees, right? That's how they make money because they're also in the business. They have analysts who is working for them. So how do we make the 10 reasons? I'm going to give you 11 reasons right here that I actually, the reasons that I look for, the checklist that I made for myself and my family before I decided to invest into this project. And just stay with me as I go through this for you. Please do participate because I want to make sure that you guys are really understanding this, what I'm saying. So number one reason what I really liked about this project is, let's say, for example, I put $1,000 into a project. One of the things right here that BG has come up with, they said, you know what, I am not going to put more than 1% into a trade for you. So they will force people right here that no matter how much money you put in, they are not going to use but more than 1% of your portfolio. This is a very important key because if you have participated in any kind of trading portfolio, like trade away or anything that you have done, if I make a mistake on that trade, I can end up losing 100% of my money. Yes or no? See, we can always, everybody knows right here that if you make a mistake in the mistake and you cannot recover from it. So what BG has done is they force people that they are not going to put more than 1% into the trade. But here comes my engineering mind. It's called analysis paralysis. I said, okay, you know what? If they're only putting $10 out of the $1,000, what are they really doing with my $990 then? So see, this is where the next point that I'm about to bring to you. Just stick with me right here. I promise you, the logic that I'm going to give you is going to make sense for a lot of you, right? Especially for people who have not done any kind of trading in the past. So number one reason right here, what they're doing is they're taking your $1,000 and right here they're taking 1% and putting that $10 into the trade. $190, they're putting that as a deposit. So anybody who has ever done any kind of trading, what the trading companies do is they allow you to do what is called a margin trading. What that means is, let's say, for example, if my account is more than $25,000, the trading in crypto world, you can do trading up to 10 times that money, right? Means you can actually go 10 times that amount. So let's say, for example, I gave them $1,000. BG is taking only $10 of that $1,000 and giving me 60% profit on that $10. But look at this. They're actually using our rest of our money to trade on a $10,000. Let me ask you this. Raise your hand up right here if you understood what I just said right here. Do you think the BG is making a lot of money? Yes or no? They're taking my $10, giving me a 60% on a what do you call it of the profit on my 1% and taking my $990 to trade against $10,000 to make a profit. You see, this is called the margin trading. This is exactly what the hedge funds have been doing. This is the same thing what banks do. This is the same thing what insurance sector does. This is the exact same thing Fidelity, BlackRock. They know how to play with margins right here. They have analysts who are making thousands and millions of dollars right here. So we are more like a cash account for them, kind of like savings account, right? But what it did for me was it understand if it gives you leverage, they gave them security to us as an investor that my entire portfolio is not going to get lost if the trade goes wrong. And this is a strategy they're applying for it. Now, I want you to pay attention to this number called 99.6% right here, right? So what DSJ is doing is DSJ has two things that BG wanted. So DSJ Exchange have over 2,000 analysts who are working full time for the company. They wanted a human inside capital sharing with BG. But at the same time, they created what the AI bot that I just showed you. You see that AI bot right here is making 6,000 trades per day. Do you think right here that we only get two trades a day, 12:30 and 6:30? Do you think they're telling all of their employees to go home, go to sleep, come back before 5:30 before the next trade? Absolutely not. They're making hundreds and thousands of trades live all day long. They're using the AI bots 24 seconds to make the money. Now, just imagine if they are doing a leverage on my $1,000, trading on a $10,000 and trading 24 seconds on the crypto market, how much money do you think BG is making? Millions and billions of dollars. So for them to pay us, it was a no-brainer for them. But the thing is, what I came up to right here as a software engineer, I know I write codes. There's not a bot out there that can give me 99.6% success rate. That's the reason why I showed you to pay attention to that 80%. So I said, okay, you know what? The logic says right here that if I'm going to do a trade with an AI bot who is learning the market sentiments, who is learning the trends every single day, let's assume right here that even if he is 60% or 70% successful, 7 out of 10 trades, they're winning every time. And on top of that, they're actually trading on a $10,000, making millions of dollars, and they're only paying me 1.3% on my $10. And out of that, they're only paying me 60% and taking 40% as well. So let me ask you this. Is that a win-win strategy? That alone right here, the logic made sense to me as an engineer that it was a no-brainer that this project is going to last a very long time, because that's why a lot of people are writing negative things and they haven't been able to stop it. Why do you think BG is expanding? How did it go to 700,000 people in a year if it was a fraud or this kind of scam? The reason is you have to understand the project and the logic behind it. That's why I'm breaking this project down for you in very basic terms so you can understand what made me want to invest. So what they're doing is they're taking the human intelligence and the AI bot that BG wanted from the DSJ exchange. Now they're assessing the needs, gather the data inside, analyze the information to make an informed decision, and then continuously monitor that market back and forth to keep learning the trends. Now, a lot of people say, well, how do I know it's a real trade? So let's say, for example, you can see here in a real life trade, and I'll actually show you on a real account that we actually had a trade that actually went negative. So what happens if the trade goes negative? So you see, this is where I was trying to tell you guys the reason right here, they wrote 99.6% because by law they cannot really put 100%. But this is the strategy. What I like about this project, that you have actually no loss guarantee when they say that. So what that means is, let's say for example, if I put $1,000 into this project, all they're going to use is a $10 to make the first trade. But let's say for example, if the first trade fails, within 30 minutes or 2 hours, they're going to give us another quote. But this time they are going to use 3-to-1 leverage, means they're going to use only $30 out of the $1,000 to make the second trade. Now the third, if that fails, then the, excuse me, the $90, fourth one, 200, $600. After 5 phases, if they ever fail, they are going to go to the pool of reserves that they have made money, and they're going to reimburse every single investor. So in reality, you actually have 100% right here success rate. You're not going to lose money. But you can see here that since February, this was the very first trade. We actually had a loss on December the 9th. You see right here, they actually opened up a trade and I lost $104. But within 2 hours, they gave us another code. And using a 3% strategy right here, not only I recovered my money, but every single one of us actually made more money. You can see here, it made $190 for us. So you can see that right here, that they have a strategy in place, but it is a real life trade on the exchange. You can verify it once you get into it, that you can see at the timestamp that does that even make sense right here. And you can, it is a live exchange. You can see that. Right. So this was the reason number two that I really like right here, that they are protecting my investment. And then it is a live trade. And then if something happens, they have a 5-step phase strategy that they're going to protect my assets. Now, number three reasons. Remember, I said that they wanted verified users. Now, let me ask you this, and let's be very candid and let's be very honest with us. If I wanted to scam somebody and I wanted to create a platform, right? Do I want people to put the money in easier, or do I want to make the platform hard for people to put money into? How many of you guys will say easy? Can you put it in the chat? Easy or hard? What do you think? Easy. See, a lot of people say, I would want to make it easy, but it does not work that way, right? Because see, what they have done is they want you to actually put your driver license or ID. Now, think about it this way. Can I, with the AI technologies, can I make up a name? Can I make up an ID? Absolutely, I can, right? So they wanted to go one step further and say, you know what? Go ahead and upload your ID. So even with the AI, I can fake an ID, I can fake a driver license, I can make things up right here. But guess what? They went as far as the third step right here by taking a selfie of your ID. The reason they're making you do the selfie is because they want to check to with your biometrics to make sure that they're checking your ID against the database, and they're checking your face right here to make sure it is the same person on that ID. Now, when we go to the airports, when we go to all these security checks, what do they do? They check your face and they check your eyes and all of that. There is not a software out there that I can scam right now to turn myself into an AI and fake it as a real person. So you see, they make it 3-step process right here just for you to be able to verify. Not only that, they actually want you team of the BG team who will verify all of this information before they will actually allow you to withdraw money. Now, keep in mind, you don't need to do verification right here to open an account. But if you ever decide you want to take the money out, they want to make sure you are a real person taking the money out. There's a process for withdrawal as well, but there's also a KYC is required right here in order for you to do the withdrawal. To open an account, they don't ask you, but anytime you're going to do a withdrawal, you have to complete the KYC right here before they will let you do that. Now, they are going to ask you to contact the BG team who is going to turn around and tell the DSJ exchange, and then only you are able to open an account. For those of you who have been in the system, you know that it took almost 2 hours. Sometimes it took 1 hour, sometimes the next day before you're able to do the trading. That showed me that this is a real company right here, takes the matter of security measures very seriously. Number four reasons right here, what I wanted to look for, and this is very big. I want you to focus on this right here. And I'm about to prove to you as we move forward in the slide. So this company right here took a registered investment advisor license rather than a broker license. A lot of you guys will read online, well, this is just a RIA license. This is not a broker license. Understand, if you don't come the financial industry, do you even understand the difference between the two types of licenses? You have to understand registered investment advisor license is required because BG is not taking your money. They're not putting into some portfolio and charging you commission. They're just advising you by giving you what is called a trade signals. You still have to make the trades yourself. So in reality, right here, they're not really managing your money. That's why it's called the registered investment advisor license. You can see it is still subject to SEC versus the brokers are governed by the FINRA. Right here, they both have a fiduciary responsibility, means you don't want to tell somebody right here, take your entire house equity and put it into this. They, first of all, BG won't even allow you to do that. You cannot take your entire 401k and put it into this, right? Like other projects right here. All they're saying is right here, you want to make sure that the person who's coming in should be able to afford it. If you know that they are in the financial situation that it's not feasible for them, don't bring them into our system. We're not interested in that. Wait for them to be, what do you call it, accredited investor. Suitability is the same thing. When you go to Fidelity office, they ask you, what is your time horizon? What is your risk tolerance? What is your age? How long you want to keep this investment for? Are you looking for short term, long term? So what is the difference? Nothing. Scope of authority is exactly the same. Offer investment advice and manage assets versus they can only make trades, provide sales recommendation. But where it makes a big difference right here is fees. Think about it. How many of you guys are in America or in India have a 401k? Can somebody raise your hands? Anybody has 401k that they work for companies? Perfect. So you see a lot of people are raising hands. They have a 401k. Let me ask you this. I guarantee you, because I come from the financial sector right here, I want you to Google right now in front of me and say 7 hidden charges in my 401k. And I'm telling you, 99% of the people who have 401k, 403b, and IRA accounts right here don't even understand that there is a hidden charges that were removed by the lobbyists, which adds up to 4.6% of the year. You see a lot of 60 Minutes data, YouTube. You can go to YouTube and look at 401k by 60 Minutes. You can go to Times articles right here. They wrote articles on it, but how many people actually read it? Investopedia wrote the article on it, right? So you have to understand that just because, but a lot of people are still doing 401k. So you have to understand that they are going to be registered, make decisions are made by a broker because they're charging you commissions regardless of you make money or not. But when you are working with a registered investment advisor license, they're telling you that we are not going to take a single money from you unless you are making profit first. And then we are doing what is called a profit sharing. So that was a good thing right here that made me very comfortable. Reason number five. So a lot of these companies right here, BG and DSG Exchange, file the paperwork with Securities and Exchange Commission, which is called a Form D. How many of you guys right here are familiar with Form D? See, a lot of people, you read a lot of things online. They say, well, oh, they just filed a Form D. Let me ask you this. If I'm going to file a paperwork with the Securities and Exchange Commission, don't you think that the Securities and Exchange Commission is going to ask me a question? What is the purpose of your company? Who are the people behind it? Do you have any criminal record anywhere in the world? Or do you think right here that I'm going to wake up in the morning in my pajamas and I say, you know what, I want to scam somebody and let me go ahead and file a Form D with SEC? You think you're not filing a driver license, guys. You are filing a Form D filing right here. And understanding what is a Form D is very important. A lot of the big companies have done that. Facebook has done it. Amazon has done it. Microsoft has done it. Why do they think they file a Form D? Is because it's a special type of exception filing that SEC allows the companies right here to be able to raise capital in this called early startup companies right here. So because they need to raise capital, think about it this way. If you want to start a business and I tell you, you know what, go ahead and start a business, but I'm going to give you a license 2 years from now. Would you ever be able to start a business? Absolutely not. This is the reason right here that that exception is there, and this is coming directly from the SEC side. $1.5 trillion are raised annually using the same exception filing. 3,000 plus filings are done every single month, with 90% are coming from a private placement companies. Right here, 22% of the increase since 2020. You have to understand that in order for the companies to raise capital, right here, they need to file a paperwork. But so you need to go in and verify that does this even have the paperwork with a government website, which I'm about to share with you guys. But as an investor, do I get any kind of protection on this one when they file a Form D? You can see you still have to provide the disclosure requirements right here. What is it that, what is the purpose of your company? What are you trying to sell? Limit who can invest right here. Now, for a lot of the things that I said, if you're a hedge fund company, you have to have millions of dollars. Here, your accredited investor is someone with just a $300 can also get started. Do I have anti-fraud provisions? All offering must comply with the anti-fraud rules to protect investors from misleading information. Review offering documents. They still have to provide the review documents right here. What is the purpose of your company? What is it that you're offering? What services you have, right? And they are going to make sure that you don't have any kind of negative history, negative, what do you call it, criminal records before they will even allow to accept the Form D filing. So that made me very comfortable. The reason number five, that this company is going the right way in order to get an IPO. It makes sense right here why they're doing all of this. Number six reason right here that I like right here. Now, a lot of people say, well, my money is stuck for 60 days. So I would like to ask, how many of you guys have invested, open up a CD account in a bank? Can you, somebody raise the money? How many people you have or know someone who opens an account as a CD in a bank? Can somebody raise your hand? Nobody has a CD? Well, that's a good thing because it is a negative investment, I'll tell you. But what is a CD? Let's say, for example, if I go and open up a CD in a bank and I go home and my wife beats me up and say, what the hell were you thinking? Can I go to a bank and tell them, hey, I changed my mind. Let me have my money back because my wife is pissed off? You see, you have to understand there are penalties when you open up CDs. Yes or no? If you have a 401k, you cannot take the money out before 59 and a half. The reason being is not just a rule right here for the banking industry or brokerage sector. There is a thing called anti-money laundering rules in place right here when you do these things. What that means is if you allow people to take the money in and out constantly right here, right, that means the criminal activities can happen, and they're trying to avoid these criminal activities. That's the reason why BG never said that you cannot take the money out. Understand that. You can, if you want to take your money out the next day, you can take the money out. But understand, remember when I said that they're using the margin tradings? They are investing that money in order to make us money. So they're saying, okay, if you want to take the money out early, no problem. Take it out next day. I'm going to charge you 20% fees, and the DSJ exchange will charge you 12%. If you want to pay 32%, take it out. But if you are willing to allow time of 60 days right here for me to double your money for you, then I'm not going to charge you any fees from my side. You still have to pay the 12% fees from the DSJ exchange side. This two things right here, anti-money laundering rule, if you guys are not familiar with it, it has two flags right here, means the number of transaction and volume transaction has to meet in order for it to satisfy both of those rules. Second thing is right here, I don't want to invest my money in a platform when people are just constantly taking money out and changing their mind. Now, keep it in mind, that doesn't mean right here, we all go to bank every single day. Some people are depositing money in the bank. Some people are taking money out in the bank. But not every single person around the world steps up in the same time in the bank and say, I want 100% of my money back. Nobody does that. Even when you go to the banks right here and you try to do that, the bank will say, hey, I don't have that much liquid cash right now. I cannot give you. You've seen that in the news all of the time because you have to understand it. They're investing that money to make us money as well, right? So next rule number 7 right here, reason number 7, what made me comfortable. Let me see, this thing is bothering me. Sorry. Thank you. On this one, the reason number 7 is that they have a licenses right here that, remember I said, I don't want to be part of a company if they don't have any kind of licenses to protect me. So the DSJ Exchange and BG have licenses in 30 different countries. They have a license with the United States SEC license, which I will share with you guys, and I'll show you all of that. Australian license right here on ASIC license, Monetary Authority of Singapore license, Dubai license. They have a license with the Central Bank of Bahamas. There's not a single company that goes into that much detail to tell you guys, please go to the Australian website right here, type in the name, type in the number, verify us, click go, and then verify that do we even exist on the government website. But what one of the things right here that I was looking for is, okay, you know what? I'm in the United States. How does that protect me if you are in Australia? So you see, those are the type of things, the question even I was asking, just like if you are in India, you say, how does it protect me in India if they are in the United States? You have to understand between India and United States, they have a pact between the two countries. They also have a pact called the monetary pact right here that you're not going to defraud. But no matter what I do, once I leave the border, do I have any kind of investment right here that I can do? Eventually, as they're growing in India, the way they're growing right now, they are filing the paperwork in India as well. But it takes time to do filing with the government. It's not something that I can just go and put the application in and they're just going to accept it. You have to provide benchmarks before the government will allow you to open a company, right? So you can see here that these are some of the numbers right here. They said, okay, here's a certificate for US Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, a lot of people get caught up in it right here. Oh, I've never seen a certificate that has a filigree or anything like that. I don't really care what the certificate looks like because I've never seen one before and I don't really care. All I wanted to know, can I verify this information on the government website? That's what it was making more sense. A lot of people say, well, I've seen projects like that where they provided certificates like that. So I asked them a very simple question. Did you go and verify that on the government website? And 99% of the people said, no, I've never done it. I just trusted it that they said it. I said, let me ask you this. If I tell you right here that I have $1 million sitting in my backyard, does that make me a millionaire? No, you have to do your own due diligence to see that does that make sense. So, like I said, when I did my due diligence, I went thoroughly to look at everything for myself and my family because it is my hard earned money. And I want you guys to do the same thing if you feel comfortable, right? So what I did was I said, okay, you know what? I want to go and look at it on the government website. So I did that. I want you guys to take a screenshot of this, please. If you want to take a picture of this, you can do that too. Go ahead. I'll wait for a second. So you can see here that they have given you the CIK lookup number. So if you go to Google and type in CIK lookup, and it will tell you when you click on it, it will take you straight to the Edgar Securities and Exchange government website. Right here. So what I did was I went and said, okay, if you're going to provide me this number, I'm actually going to go to the government website. So you can see here that can I make up this number, the site called sec.gov right here, search filing, CIK lookup? I typed in DSJ Exchange Pty Limited, and you can see here that all of this information pulled up. There is a company called DSJ Exchange Pty Limited right here. And then what I did was I said, okay, let me go ahead and look at, oh, sorry. Let me go ahead and look up here that all of this information is coming directly from the government website. It said there is a Form D filing. It is a limited liability company right here. Do they have all of these names? Who is the person behind this company? Sorry, I keep. Can you guys see the screen clearly? Sorry, I don't know if I closed it or not. Can you guys see my screen, Jagdish?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, great. So you can see here that who is the person, here's the address, here's the person, Parral Giraldo, again, who is the director of the company. And there's more information if you want to go on their site and just look at it. You can do that, right? The next thing what I did was I said, okay, at the federal level, they have all of these filings, but what about at the state level? So what I did was they provided this certificate online. So I said, okay, there is a address right here. Let me click on that. It takes me directly to the government web on the state of Colorado website. So now, why state of Colorado? The reason state of Colorado is because Arizona and Colorado are two of the top states right here for crypto-friendly states. But if you are a company that wants to mine coin, then Texas is the most popular state because we're the only state that actually has its own grid, right? No other state has that. That's the reason right here. You have to understand why obviously, if I want to open up a crypto family company, I'm going to go to the state that actually is the crypto friendly state. But what are some of the things that I went and looked at right here in detail? I said, okay, let me go to this site. And I said, okay, I went ahead and looked at this signature. I said, can I find other documents right here with the same signature by Gina Groswald for the state of Colorado? I verified it, the signature matched right here. Now there's not an AI bot right here that I can create right now, a wet signature and turn that into an AI signature. I can tell you what, if you're a software engineer, if you know how to do that, show me. Because I can tell you that right here, if that was the case right here, there would be a lot of frauds was happening. You cannot turn a wet signature into that's why we have what is called a DocuSigns right here. If you want to just type in the name or type it in. But some of the things that I did was I verified, is Gina Griswold the person who is actually the state secretary of Colorado? Second thing is, I went as further. I said, okay, let me look at this entity ID. When was the filing date of this right here? Does that match? This seal was very important to me. I want to see if they made up this seal or does that even match with the state of, does everything on the seal matches with the state of Colorado? Those are some of the things that I did. And you can see here, sorry, I went to the state of Colorado, and you can see here that I pulled up this information directly on the state of Colorado website. You can see the seal matched right here. I saw the company right here, BG Wealth right here, Wealth Listing Limited Corporation. Here is the number, BG Wealth right here. You can see it is in good standing. It has the ID number there. Here's the address. Everything was provided to me. That said, okay, you know what? This is something right here that is making sense to me. Give me 1 second. Okay. So it is making sense to me. I looked at everything on the government website that it exists. Okay. So next thing I looked at right here that, okay, does these two companies have a certificate? So they provide the certificate between these two companies. They have a 10-year agreement between DSG Exchange and the BG Wealth Group. So between BG Wealth and it has already been 3 years, and they're most likely going to renew the contract on the fifth year. You don't sign a lifetime contract with any company because each of these companies should have the right to go with anybody that they feel is going to be better for them. But most likely, right here, they are going to renew the contract because they're building something very special. Now, the last but not least, right here, everybody who says, how many of you guys here are ChatGPT master and Googleitis PhDs? Can you raise your hands? Put a smiley face, guys. We have to do a jokes here, right? It seems like we are all Chat GPT masters right here, and we're all what do you call it, Googleitis PhDs, right? So I said, okay, you know what? I want to go to the Chat GPT, but see what a lot of people miss right here is making the decision based on you read online. So I've done that research for you as well, just to provide proof to you guys that either you can waste your time or you can actually join the board and enjoy the money that how we are doing it. And I'm about to show you live accounts too, right here. Okay. So you can see here, what did I do? I just typed it in just like you would do. We have any fraud case against Peral Giraldo and Professor Stephen Weird or BLG Group? So just like you can see here, I'm going to do first thing that came at good question. I looked through publicly available records. So what do you think ChatGPT is? This is reading all of the information from around the web and scrolling it and just providing all of the information for you in one centralized location right here. It's BG Wealth right here. It's not GG Wealth right here. You can look it up. It's just when I was trying to fix the images, I may have made a mistake. So you can look it up also. It is a BG well. Okay. So I answered that question on the chat. Now you can see here what is documented at risk allegations right here. This person who said, multiple independent reviews, BG Wealth is a Ponzi structure and all that. I said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and read some more detail into it, what this person is saying. So I clicked on this link right here, and guess what? It says page not found. The person who is writing that this is a fake thing, this is a Ponzi scheme, his own page is not even. And by the way, it is coming from where? From the UK, EU, Germany, right here. So, and they're not even in Germany right now. And the person who's writing the article. So you have to understand who is really writing these articles. You have to understand when the banks, the financial industry, the governments, when they feel threatened, they are going to pay people to write articles online to scare as many people as possible. You have to look past that bullshit right here. And I'm sorry, mark my French right here, because you have to go through it. Because if you guys make all of your decision based on what you read online, you are going to miss the greatest opportunities on earth. But you have to make a logical decision that did I do my due diligence on a project thoroughly, and then make a decision. Now you can see here that that person's page is not there. Now I want you to remember this for Millionaire Dream as well. But what is interesting is this is what a lot of you guys who don't come from financial industry, I wanted to show you that what is not publicly established. How many of you guys would have read that in details by doing the deep diving research on this? That despite these warnings and negative reports, I found no credible source indicating that there is a formal legal regulatory case, civil lawsuit, criminal indictment, SEC or FINRA disciplinary action currently against Public Stephen Beard and BG Wealth for fraud. Nothing found. But one of the things, remember, I said they have a registered investment advisor license. So every broker who gets a license in the United States, regardless if you work with Series 6, 7, if you are a registered investment advisor, broker advisor, you have to have a broker license. So you understand this, checking a standard broker registry tool, while there is a record for Stephen Allen Beard in a regulatory database, here is his broker license CRD 869651 used by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA. There are no publicly listed disclosure events, disciplinary action, criminal convictions, civil judgments, or arbitration award attached to this profile. And this is coming from the broker check. You can see here that there's nothing found against this. Not only Stephen Beard, but also against Geraldo Peral. Right here, I found no credible public reference connecting that name of BG Wealth Sharing, DSJ Exchange, or any fraud complaint or regulatory filing. The name does not appear in any fraud warning reports or news coverage related to the scheme. But yet, here you see 90% of the people would have made the decision based on what they read here. Now, let's go to the next one. Remember, I said, listen to this guy, the Millionaire Dream. The guy is saying that the project is fake right here. Now, when I clicked on the link, it's telling me, please join my profile. And I was a car mechanic, and let me show you how to build a seven-figure income. Think about it. Who wrote this article? Do you think these are regardless if you join me here or Jagdish or any of the partners who invited you here, but don't make all of your decisions based on the fluff that you guys read on. You're going to really miss all of the greatest opportunities on earth. What I did not find is, again, that this with Stephen Beard right here, there was no record violation, disciplinary action, civil judgment, criminal indictment, or arbitration award under broker check, and neither that BG nor the DSJ exchange had against that. That was a credible thing that I found that, okay, now that I check the broker, there is no criminal activity, there's no indictment, there's no nothing on that. The last but not least is, okay, now that I have done my due diligence, my 11-point research that I've done, now I want to see the real records of people. Are they really able to take money out? You guys will see people say online, well, they block your money, they do this, they do this. Do you read the whole article? Do you read both sides of the stories? Think about it this way. I was very clear in the very beginning. If you try to defraud the system, they have a right. Think about it. If I'm a business and you're going to try to steal from me to do criminal activity in my business, I don't want you to be my customer. It's just simple as that right here. But what I wanted to show you was a real life withdrawals of my accounts. So I'm going to actually take you and show you 3 live accounts right here. So you can see here, that is my very, very first account that I started back in February. Show you, you can see here that I started with $1,000. So I'm going to go to the historic. Can you guys see my screen? Please let me know.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So here's February 1st. I don't know exactly. I think it was February 20th I started. I've done enough time. I should remember the date by now. Okay, so you can see here that I have done 167 trades right here. I started this on February the 20th. Yeah, there you go. I was right. February 20th, I started with $1,000. That shows you that it was a call option that was placed on February the 20th, 2025, right here. And you can see here that they put 1% of my portfolio and gave me 62% of the profit. And as I was making, you can see here that I have a 99.6% success rate on every single trade that I'm making as my portfolio is compounding every single day. And then remember, I said right here that we actually had a real life loss on the trade. Let me show you that too. What was that date? I can't remember.
Ninth.
December 9th, right? Okay, December 9th to December 10th. Okay. Um, December 9th. We just do December 1st to December 10th. Okay. So you can see here that on December the 9th, right here, you can see here on December the 9th, we had a loss right here of $104. Within 2 hours, they gave us another trade, and you can see here they used 3% of our portfolio and made money. The next trade, again, I'm starting to make money again. So you can see the 99% of this rate right here was successful. But let me show you here, this account has now grown to over $17,000 right here. How did I do that right here? This $126 per day. Even if I don't touch this account right here and just take out the profit, that's over $10,000 profit. So let's go and look at the withdrawals. So what did I do? I did not want to share this opportunity with anybody. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just do the thing. So you can see here, I waited 60 days right here, March, February, March, April, May. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and on May the 3rd, which was because the reason I went 4 or 5 days extra, because I wanted them to pay the 12% fees as well. I took out my entire $1,125. So what is my risk at that point? Zero. Now I said, okay, you know what? I want to share this to a couple of my friends. Let me just show you. And this is where I was showing Jagdish. And I say, hey, Jagdish, you should look into this right here. So 3 of my friends right here, they say, okay, you're making money. Show me the proof that you can take money out. So I took out $50. You can see right here 3 times, but I did not want to take more than that because I wanted to grow my money. Then in June, I took out another 1150. June 24th, I took out another 500. August, I took out another 1150. Look at it. That's 5 times more money this account alone. I'm growing it at the same time, but you can see here the most recent withdrawal I did on the 19th of January 19th, January 9th, right here, January 6th. So every 10 days, this account, I can pull out $1,000 every 10 days. Think about it. If you could even pull out $500 to $1,000 every 10 days, what will it do for your family? This is just one account. So this is turning out to be pretty good. Let me go ahead and open up a second account for my father. Now, my father was already a millionaire. I had a more hard time just convincing him just to give me a driver license than to open an account right here. He said, no, I'm not giving you. And finally, he agreed to give me that. I said, Dad, I just need to try something. I'm putting my own money into it. So I took a profit from my second account and then I started to this account. So you can see the historicals. Future. Why is it showing this way? Let me see. Futures or historical. Sorry, right here. So you can see here, I'm going to go back again. January, February, March. March. I'll just do March first. I don't remember the exact date. Right here. Okay. So you can see here, the 122 trades were made. I took $1,000 profit in May, and I said, instead of taking the money home, I'm going to open up a second account. So I put $1,000 that I made a profit, and I tested this with a second account. And I said, look, I'm going to put $1,000 in it. Again, I started making a trade. So all of my history that I'm showing you is mapping up what I'm saying. So again, I started to make a profit. You can see here, right here, right there, right? So you can see that every single day my account started to compound. After 60 days, right here, my account started to profit. I said, wow, this is pretty good. I'm making. Now, think of it this way right here. How does this thing exchange work? This is a life exchange. I never ever touch this button. I never touch this button. I never touch this button right here because there is a custom feature that they have built just for BG folks. So what we do is we get a code every single day. All we do is we go to the futures right here. I click on invited me and I type in my code right here. I type in my code, I click confirm, and I click on position order. I don't ever click this button because if you try to click this button means you're telling them that I'm trying to do my own trades. If you try to do the live trades yourself, you trust it. There's a possibility. It's a very high possibility you're going to end up losing all of your money. They are not going to get it. See, this is a custom feature that they have built just for the BG folks. This invited me and this code right here with the confirm button. And then all I do is I click on position order. And you can see here, all of us who are in the system, we just made a trade today at 6:30 p.m. right here. And look at the money that I made. 63.8% profit they gave me. At 12:30, we got a code. What it did was it went in at 12:57 and 12:58. So you can go up here if you want to be a doubt. So Jagdish is pretty good at it. Jagdish, I'll let you show that, okay? 12, where is it? 1857. Let me see. 1857. Let me see here. 1854, 56, 57, 1858. You can see right here, what was it? 80. Jagdish, I'll let you do this, okay? Because you're pretty good at marking this stuff. My eyes are not that good, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe I haven't figured it out. But I'll tell Jagdish to share the screen and show you that you can verify this trade, that it is a live trade that happened, right? So you can see here that this one, so let's go and look at this withdrawal. I said, okay, you know what? I want to see this account now is sitting at over $10,000. $116 a day. By 30 days, right here, you're talking almost $3,000 I can pull from this account. Now, let's say, for example, I want to see what are the withdrawals. So here is the proof for you guys who says that the money is not coming out. You can see the reason it failed is because my dad would not give me the selfie of themselves with an ID for me to do that. Finally, I got him to convince it. And guess what? I was able to, you can see same day, 8, 810, 810, same thing. I was able to pull the money out. You can see here that I'm pulling the money out every single day, constantly pulled out 5 times, 10 times my investment already. And now you can see here on the 19th, I pulled out 1150, 9th, I pulled out 1150. And on the 12/28th, pulled out $3,000 just in front of you here with $1,000 investment. That's 4 times my return on my investment. Now I said, okay, you know what? How many bills right here we would like to transfer like that to somebody else just to make $1,000, turn it into 2,060 days and get a $500. Some of you guys can actually save that money for 3 months and take your family for a vacation. You want to buy a new car, you can pay for a new car with $500 a month. For some of you who are overseas, 500 times going into $100, 100 times. In some of those countries right here, I'm from Pakistan right here, it goes 300 times. That is 50 to 70% of the salary for most people in a month. Even making $5 extra per day is a game changer for people around the world, right? So you can see here. So I said, you know what? How many of you guys have kids in the college and paid for the college? Trust me, when my daughter graduated from SMU, I don't know if I was crying for her graduation. My bills have stopped, right? Because honestly, I swear to God, right here, $6,000 a month is what it's cost me every single month, right here, just to pay for 4 years of college, $72,000 a year. How many of us has that kind of money? I was making good money. I was in a financial industry, but health reasons, I could not do it anymore. And now my situation is not the same. but I want my daughter to become a doctor in psychology. So I said, okay, you know what, honey, I'm going to open an account for her. Sorry, this is the her. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pay for her college and have somebody else pay for it. So I started this account for $1,000 and it is already sitting at 7,000. And you can see here, I've not taken any withdrawal. I'm just growing this income till next summer. Once it grows to next summer at 15, 17, $20,000, it is going to generate $6,000 for me to not only cover her college expense, but at the same time, her living expense. Guys, this is once in a lifetime opportunity that I'm very serious about. If you guys don't avail it, you are the greatest opportunity of a don't want to be sitting there and say, I wish I had. It's better to try something than never try nothing. Right. So I'm showing you just three accounts. I can show you hundreds of accounts. I have see it, I'll go through it. Call me privately and I'll show you every one of them. But now, for those of you right here who want to start a business, this is what I'm really interested in because I tell you, this is the best business. Why I started this business. Okay. So, any questions so far? Did it make sense to you guys what I've shared so far? Anybody still has any doubts right here? The 11 reasons why I did this with the live proof of exchange and live that we are showing you guys. See, this is something nobody, if I have nothing to hide, I don't have anything to hide from you to show you my live accounts right here. Who does that? People who are scammers would not show you live account. Now, if you guys say, oh, this is a made up account, this is this account, I cannot help with that statistics, right? But I'm just telling you that if you want to call me privately, I'll show you 19 accounts, no problem. But what is the next? Let's go to the next thing that I want to show you because I asked you guys a simple question. How many of you guys right here with no risk and no money, right? Why this makes a lot of sense for me is because see how they're able to do that is DSJ Exchange makes charges 12% fees on every single withdrawal, millions of dollars for them. So what they're doing is by having a partnership with BG, they're giving a 30% of their earnings back to BG because they are the one who's bringing the community together. And BG is actually using that 30% capital raising that they're doing to actually help us build business naturally. Why they're doing it this way right here is because they're paying us dividends for building a team, paying events promotions. Let's say, for example, we have an event coming up on a 31st and we have about 60, 70 people that are going to show up. They want to eat. Guess who is paying for that? BG is going to pay for that event. They're going to pay for the food everything. So people who are in India, if you guys want to throw an event, reach out to me and Jagdish, and I'll show you. You guys can actually throw live events, invite people, and have BG pay for it. If you guys are not taking advantage of that, you guys are missing out on building a company, supporting the business building. Why BG is doing it this way is because it is a smart way of building a business. They don't want overhead costs. They could have easily hired a lot of employees, but employees, think about it this way, their employees are not even here. I'm the one who's doing the presentation for you for 20, 27, 30 people here, and I don't even know any of you except some of you who are partners, right? So you can see a lot of you are new. This is called no overhead cost. They don't want to hire employees. And another thing they wanted to do was build a brand loyalty. How do you create a brand loyalty? You guys are not here because you know me. You guys are here because somebody you know is making money who shared this opportunity with you to show you that it is working for them and you should take a look at it. That's called brand loyalty. You are more likely to listen to the person that you trust the most, right? They're trying to bring the community together. They're rewarding people for their efforts. If you don't want to build a business, don't build a business. Just come in as an investor, that's fine. But I promise you, once you see the success, you are going to tell 10 other people. If you don't want those 10 people, please go ahead and call me and Jagdish. I would love to take them from you because I can build a business and you can sit on the sideline. I don't mind that. Right. But why, let me tell you the reason why I got into this business to even, first of all, how many of you guys have kids right here who think they're privileged and they should just get paid because they're your children? Right? My daughter right here wanted a car for $40,000. They say, "Hey, Dad, I want a car." I said, "You know what? I cannot afford a $500 payment." So my friend explained this to me. I said, "Farn, why don't you go ahead and try this? That you are going to make $500 a month." So I said, "Okay, you know what? I'll put $1,000 investment. It's not going to break me." In 60 days, right here, it turned into $2,000, which started generating $500 a month. So guess what? Now, in reality, instead of me paying for a car, now I decided to use option number two, have someone else pay for it rather than me paying 100% of the cost. We're all going to work every single day right here to trade 8 hours a day to make someone else rich right here. Don't you think our family deserves to have a 2 hours to work part-time for ourselves to turn that into a business for ourselves? Why? Because two of the things, the reasons that a lot of people, like I said, will never start a business is because there's a cost associated with starting a business. BG eliminated that. They're not asking you to put any money into it. The money that you're going to start your account is only making money for you. Once you have a belief in you that, hey, my account has doubled, tripled, you've seen some of the people talk about it, you automatically going to share with others. Right here. There, another reason why people don't start a business is because they're afraid to fail. Zero risk. They have removed that from you. Right here. What are the risks right here of sharing somebody? If they decide to join or become part of your team, guess what? Now you're getting dividend salary. This opportunity eliminates both of these concerns of most people who are starting the business. Now, the only risk is not doing anything, no money to invest. Let's say if you say a lot of the excuses, a lot of people say, well, I don't have any money to invest. I don't have time. I have a family responsibility. Let me ask you this. Are we only going to complain for rest of our life? Or do you think right here that I want to do something about it? If you are a family person, you are going to do something about it. I can't cut my family expenses and tell my wife I lost my job. Now we have to eat hot dogs for the rest of our lives. I'm sorry, I can't afford it. You cannot do that because we have created a lifestyle for our family. I can't quit my job because I do have a responsibility. I would never want somebody to quit their job because we have a responsibility to provide. But instead of me wasting time right here watching TV, I'm putting 2 hours in case if I ever lose my job, if I ever have any kind of emergency, I know that I'm not depending on that and stressing out because I have a secondary source of income that I'm creating for my family. By doing this, what did it do for me? Look, it earned me extra income, which I showed you. Tell me one IT professional or any professional or CEO or not CEO, but I would say any VP or AVP level that is making $200,000 a year right here. They're not making it in IT. The only way you're making is if you are at a very, very high director level. And if you know, I've been an IT professional for the last 12, 15 years. And the only reason right here I got laid off is because I did not want to take a promotion. But guess what? Earned extra income for my family. Next thing what I did was I first tested this model as an investor, just like you want to do that. You want to test it out for yourself. I did that with three different accounts. It took me 9 months of wasted time, right? I wouldn't because I knew that if it works, I'm going to turn this into a business. But if you are coming as an investor, don't waste the opportunity of wasting 9 months and just seeing that if you want to build a business, let's go and get started. Did my due diligence with my research, which I shared with you guys, saw the proof that it works for thousands and hundreds of thousands of accounts. I saw people making money. Once you join the platform, you're going to see people tell you every single day, oh, I made money, I made this, I made that, right? Even if you don't want to put money, join the bond chat, open a free account, open a bond chat, and go look at people's results for next 3 months, and then join, and then put your first money. This is how comfortable and proof that you guys need that they're willing to provide family expenses. Today, I own my own mental health clinic because of this business is running 100% of my costs. If anybody's ever opened up a mental health clinic, knows that you're gonna put at least 15 to $20,000 a month out of your pocket in the beginning. I'm doing that. I would never have been able to do that. My dream project right here, if it wasn't for the I run TCCF Foundation. You can look it up online, thecrescentcharity.org. I have over 250 kids that we take care of full time, homeless kids. I would never have been able to do that if it wasn't for BG. So you can see here that BG is doing exactly the same thing that a lot of the big companies are doing. Facebook is built the business, it's called multi-level. You put your information and you connect to other people, and the content creators are the one who's making money. Amazon is doing the same thing. They're bringing the buyers and sellers together. Insurance sector is doing the same thing right here. They don't sell you the insurance. There's an independent contractor that actually selling you the insurance. Keller Williams requires a real estate agent to do that. What is the difference between them and this company? People just call it, oh, this is an MLM thing. This is this. I'm telling you, what do you think the org chart at the corporation is? You have a VP, a managers, and then you have workers. Just because it's in a corporation doesn't make it an MLM. No, it's the same. It's a multi-layered. we call it multi-layered make it till you fake it. I guess you have to just work hard or kiss butt to get there, right? But not everybody is going to become a CEO. But guys, I'm telling you, if you guys want to start a business, this is the only opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity. The reason I'm telling you that is because when they go IPO in 2027, 2028, every single person who becomes a level 7 managers, they are going to give you equity partnership in the company, where they are going to hire the hired managers with a salary as high as $1 million a year. So if you guys want to start something and take the next 2 to 3 years to build something for your family, even if you don't want to become a high level manager, you can stop at level 3 or 4. And you can say, okay, you know what? I'm happy with $4,000 a month salary. That's more than enough for me. You can always stop wherever you feel comfortable at, right? And you don't have to build. But if you are already at level 4, trust me, your business is going to continue to build automatically at that point, which is what is happening to me and Jagdish. So I want to thank each one of you for sticking around. I really, really appreciate it right here that you guys taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to me. And you can see that how passionate and excited I am, because I really do care that a lot of you guys have that opportunity that me and Jagdish got, and a lot of the people on this group right back over to Jagdish, and I'll hand it over to some of the people right here if they want to say something. I think Bertha, thank you, Bertha. I recognize Bertha Agura. She's a new partner that joined with us. Bertha, if you want to unmute yourself and just tell people your experience with BG so far. Bertha, are you there? Okay. Anybody? Anybody wanted to say anything?
I'll speak.
Yes. Go ahead, Roderick.
Okay. I don't know how much information how informative I can be, but I can honestly say that everything's been to the expectation that he gave me. It's pretty much been the same. He's told me that don't turn your lifetime savings trying to quit your day job, and I didn't. And he said, hey, and if you build a team, it'll double faster, and it did. Um, it's been an experience. I've had all the support that I've needed. Uh, all the questions have been answered by my upline or my team figured it out. I've had all the resources and the information that I've ever asked for. I've learned a lot and I understand a lot. I'm open to answer any questions for myself that anyone may have, and that's pretty much my spiel.
And I'm going to go ahead and post this website right here for a lot of you guys right here in the chat box. So if you guys really want to go and learn about the BG thing right here and still do your own due diligence and research, here's the website right here. You can see here about the company overviews. You can read everything there, including about the projects, the people around the world, all of the shared people have shared their stories. You can see and read it for yourself before you even make a decision. It's up to you guys. I wanted to say thank you because I know it is 9:40 p.m. It is late for some of you guys right here. I really want to take a time out of your busy schedule to meet us here today. And hopefully, right here, you guys will take this opportunity very seriously and thank the person who actually invited you. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Jagdish. If you guys have any questions on the chat, I would be glad to take it. Anybody from India? I want to know anybody who is here brand new still in this, because I know there were a lot of people that were on this. I don't know, either I cannot see or some of them have dropped because it was too late for them. Okay, so Tub, go ahead, Tub. Let me ask you this honest question. If you can unmute yourself, please. Based on the research and the stuff that I shared with you, does that make sense to you about the project?
Absolutely. This is my second time being on a call. I was invited by Roderick, and each time I feel that I've gotten the information that I needed to make a informative decision. So I'm excited about joining it. I've invited people already, and I'm ready to get in it.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. That makes us feel good. But I'm kind of upset right here that you said Roderick, not me. I'm tired of that, hearing that guy's name only. Anybody else from anybody else's team? Roderick, man, you need to do a presentation for us, man. I don't know what you're doing, man. That is phenomenal, brother. Anybody else right here who is new, brand new here, that is joining for the first time, that want to just unmute and ask me any questions that you have, I'll clarify for you.
I have a new guy on. I need him to speak and tell his experience. Kevin, are you on, Kevin?
Looks like Kevin is not here anymore.
I think he may have dropped right here because I know we're having internet issues. Some people in the area and stuff, so it could be that or probably fell asleep. I don't know. But anybody else right here? Prasad Wakacharla. I think you're new, right? You said from India. Prasad, are you there?
Ajay
Have you?
recently started, Farhan. Ajay, you wanna
Okay.
do?
Yeah.
Can you
Anybody
hear
else
Ajay?
right here?
Hear Ajay?
Yeah, I can hear Prasad. Go ahead, Prasad.
Yeah, I wanted to join in this BG group.
Did I give you a clarity now that once you actually watch the presentation live right here, that all the research and everything that behind it now?
Yeah, everything is good. I need to look into join in this.
Okay, whoever introduced you, Prasad, you can reach them and they'll help you start the process.
And you can
Sure.
always reach
Sure.
out to Jagdish and me right here if you don't get it. I think you're part of Banu's team
No,
or
no, Ramam
Sudhakar.
Kalakuri.
Oh, Ramam.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Jagdish, know him right here.
Ramam is
You
my
always
close
have
friend.
Jagdish or my name right here. We always feel to reach out to us, but reach out to the person who invited you, and he knows how to get you signed up very quickly. We have Shanti Bilam. Oh my God, I hope I'm not ruining your name. Is it Balam? Balam? How do you say it? How do you say it? Shanti Balam? Go ahead, Shanti.
Yes, sir. It's Shanti Ballam.
Shanti Balam. Okay,
Yes, sir.
awesome. I'm
I
just
will
glad that Jagdish didn't ask me to do the presentation in Hindi because holy crap, that would have been the worst
Sir,
presentation.
no worries,
sir,
no
if
one
you
knows
don't mind,
Hindi.
can you share the video? What this?
Yeah, we will share it. We will share it,
Yeah,
Shanti.
we will share it and it will be password protected. So just reach out to Jagdish right here. We will, once he uploads it to the cloud right here and on YouTube, we will share it with you guys. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But you said you recently joined, right? About a few days back.
Yes, sir.
Is this
And how is
summary?
your experience?
Are you somehow related
Yeah,
to Swati Bellam?
it's very good, sir. I'm going to trying to join a few of my friends.
Okay.
Great. So this video will help you a lot because it will answer most of the doubts for most of the people right here. This is the reason why we do these live things because a lot of people don't have clarity on that, right? So thank you for the trust in us right here and welcome to the team. We look forward to helping you grow. We
Thank you,
have
sir.
this one person, Salma. Salma,
Yes.
if you
Hi.
guys want, if you want to unmute and see,
Oh, yes. I thought I unmuted already. Hi.
Yeah, you are unmuted. You can.
yes, Jasmine.
Okay. Yeah, so I
Jasmine,
recently
can I call you
joined
back?
in.
I'm in
Yes,
a Zoom.
I'm sure you must be knowing me, Shamim Surani's friend, and we've
Mhm.
been bothering you a lot. But my brother in Dubai, he's trader, and I would like to add him to the team. So I will be creating his account real quick, and possibly, yes, he'll be joining from Dubai.
So we have Dubai. Now we have to do Dubai meetings as well. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome to
because
hear that.
yeah,
Awesome.
because he's
Awesome.
going to build his team there in Dubai. He says that's his area. So he's going to build his team there and and then he's going to be in contact with you.
Absolutely. And then once he decides to build a big team, let me know. Me or Jagdish will fly down there and we would love to come to Dubai and do a live event there for you guys. But one of the rock stars that I really
Anytime.
want you
Dubai.
guys to meet right here, there's a lady in my team. Her name is Bertha Aguro. She joined about, I would say probably not even a week or 2 weeks ago. She's brand new in this business. She's actually leading one of our Spanish teams right here. Bertha, are you there? I don't know if she fell asleep. Bertha, are you
No,
there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, Bertha is here. Okay, thank you. Right here. So, Bertha, I want you to share your experience. This lady is on a fire also, just like Roderick. She's actually leading one of our Spanish teams right here. She joined on board at BG, I would say probably what, 10 days ago? 10, 15 days
Yes.
ago?
Yes.
So go ahead, Bertha, if you can share your experience with others.
Yeah, I like it. I like to do this because Hispanic people, they don't know a lot about this, but a few understand. And I bring some lady, and she bring like 12 people. And only with her, she bring one, and then after her, a lot of people, is under her, and that helped me to my account growing. So I'm very happy. Even if I don't know nothing about, I understand, um, little bit, but I'm enjoying it, and I bring
Yeah,
more Hispanic people with me.
absolutely. And she can translate for me all the time. I'm requesting her to keep translating everything for me. So she's really good. Okay, guys. All right, guys. I really want me and Jagdish have another Zoom that